Well, hello and welcome back. Last we're here, well, got my steam engine up and running. What I want to do today is start working towards a couple of things here, not that section. Chromatic creation, but I'm going to need crude oil to do some work towards this. And I think, well, I could pump up all these oil ponds in here, but what I also want to do, what I prefer to do, is send a train line all the way down to here to get oil. Because we've got a nice oil, well, reservoir here, which should be enough to be able to have an infinite amount of oil coming in. But that means I'd have to send the train line really far south to be able to even get over here. So we'll start think about that. Probably could even send it through the nether. Which means I might also want to redesign this to make use of that fact. Honestly, it wouldn't be too bad because I could try getting onto the roof of the nether, but we will see. So, I'm just going to go ahead and see about getting that train line set up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did get a line all the way down to, well, my oil well down here. And it is through there, but I couldn't do it on the nether roof because, well, the build limit is too low, so that's fine. And we've also got it lined up to be able to come, oh, we just need to get the, well, pumping station made. So, there's a couple of things I could do here. I'm thinking about how I want to approach this. So, either way, first off, I need a train to be able to go to and from there. And also everything else. So we're going to need some way to power it. Do I have much wool? No. I do have a few windmill sails, but nowhere near enough what I'm going to want them for. That kind of sucks. Oh. Other option is just water wheels, which is simple enough, but they take up a lot of space, so yeah. So, let's just see what we need here. I'm going to need a way to get a bunch of other things here. So, I need a couple of tanks here. 3 lots of tanks I need. So, let's see what we can do. So, tanks we need barrels. I'm going to need a whole lot of them here. Is that going to be enough? We'll see. Oh no, we're going to need quite a bit more than this as well. Fluid tanks, 28. I'm going to need a lot of tanks, which is going to take a lot of copper and a lot of preparation here. Because that's 27 there. Then I'm going to want another 27 on this one here as well. And if we're also going to do the oil processing, we're going to need quite a few more tanks. So, let's just start off with getting the crude oil pumping done, which this is going to be enough to be able to get over there. We're going to need a hose pulley, I think it was. Do we have one lying around? We've got a copper casing which we could use. Hose pulley, do we have any? Oh, we've got one over here. Check. Hose pulley. That will work out. Spout we don't need. We need some piping, which I don't have any extra of. It's not too big a deal because I'm just going to need at a minimum 2 pumps. We need another portable fluid interface. Do we have a mechanical pump over here? No. Fun. So in the meantime, let's go grab some of these pipes here. We've got plenty of extra. So it's not too big of a problem if I just scavenge them from down here. Cool. So that gets me up to 17, which is more than enough. Then I need to see about everything else here. So that's right, we need the casings. Some of this. I should have everything I need. Cool. So that combined with that gets a sealed mechanism. We combine that with the copper casing, gets us the sealed machine, which I then want to combine with, well, cut into the portable fluid interface, because that's what's I'm going to need to be able to load up and unload here and have fun on this. So that's enough for that. Check. We've got the hose pulley. We need something to actually be able to get down there. Hump. We've got the fluid pipes. We're going to need to get some other stuff. Do we have much in the way of alloy here? No, we don't have much in the way of andesite alloy. Great. Grab this water wheel because that's be useful. Yeah. Got a little bit of alloy. Might be able to make use of that and scrap that wood. I think this should be the case. Got some shafts, we've got wood. We're going to need some water to be able to provide the flowing liquid here. So that should be the case. So let's go and make our way over. So we go up here, we take a left onto this track here going up. And then we take this portal over here on the left because this just takes us into the nether. And we can see here we can come out there nicely onto this one here, which is pretty good here. Get us over here. I'm not sure if I have this properly set up, but let's just put a couple of train signals in to make sure that they're going in the correct direction. So this will take us through here. Short trip in the nether, but that gets us right here to my oil well. And we can see here that, yeah, this is massive. That's entirely filled up with oil all the way down to the bottom there. So this should be more than enough to provide an infinite supply of oil here. So can plonk that down there. Perfect. And I still need to figure out exactly where I'm going to have everything going on here. So that's great. So which means we're going to need yet another train here. Do I have everything I need to be able to make a casing here? We've got I actually have everything I need to be able to at least get the basics down for the train I want to make over this side here. Cool. So if I go create a new train, I need two of those, go bang bang, trim those, apply the brass, apply the sturdy sheets, pick them up. Railway casing, let's give it a bit of a gap here, perfect. So that's going to be that there. We'll grab a portable fluid interface here, which I actually forgot to throw that on offhand. So pull fluid interface there, check. Which will then allow me to have another portable fluid interface here. We'll then have bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. Gets us a small tank here. Which then if we have bang, pump, bang, we can have the hose pulley down here. Which that's fine. And we just need to lower that all the way down to the bottom. Ah, there we go. All the way done. So we can probably actually be able to see this. Yeah, you can see the line right there. Providing the oil for everything I need there. Cool. So the idea is we have, coming out here, we'll then have mechanical pump here. So if I want more mechanical pumps to increase the oil flow rate, I can easily just add more into that there. And over here, I can do the same over here. One mechanical pump there, so that is 2 mechanical pumps at the moment. One for loading, one for unloading. I know I have what I need to be able to do this. So we need a couple of cog wheels. Combine that with fluid pipes to get the mechanical pumps. Let's go in the right direction. And same there. Check. Sleep through the night because it's all well and good. And now I just need to get power here. So, because I also want to use mechanical pumps and get them at decent speed. 4 times RPM, so if we get them up to max RPM of 256, that is 1024 per pump. 32 times RPM. 256, yeah. So let's figure out what I'm going to do here. It's going to be still a matter of connecting it up. Let's just see what I'm going to go for. Either way, we're going to need a couple more small cog wheels here. Not like that. So one cogwheel like so. And a cogwheel like so. Let's connect these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna need a couple more of these. Get the cogwheels. And it's like casings, we get 4 gearboxes here. One goes here, one goes here, one goes here, and one goes there. Gonna need a few more shafts. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, that would get that all connected up. Now we just need to provide it with some power. I think I kind of want to check something out here. I could run that all the way over there, but we've got this end which is right close to the edge here. So what if we make... four more water wheels, but we make them large ones. Grab all that, get some large water wheels. We can then have a small one at the end. So this can produce up to 512. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 1024. We can also add a small one there for increased RPM. Maybe at some point I can easily add in another way. So now I just need to provide it with some form of rotation here. Yeah, 32. So that, yep, we're getting oil in, so that's good. And this should say it's a technically infinite bottom supply. Perfect. Now I just need to provide the water for these ones up here. Cool. Not sure how good of an idea this is, but need a little bit more water here. There we go. Let's get this running here. Perfect. Now this is providing upwards of like a lot, I should say. So we could easily increase the speed of these if I want to, but we've got oil being produced. That's good. So now I just need to finish making this train off and get it back to station. Yeah. Just going to do that and I'll be right back. It's going to be very basic and similar to what we had before, which means I'm going to need a lot of tanks. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the oil train set up to bring me oil over to my base here. And so what I'm going to need to do now is refine this a bit, refine the crude oil. And there really is only one way to do that, and that's using the refinery controller. The pneumatic craft refinery, which means I'm going to need a refinery controller and 3 refinery outputs. So, yeah. Let's go see about what we need for that. The refinery controller is sturdy machine and precision mechanism. Easy. The refinery outputs is sturdy machine and diamond. So I'm going to need 4 more sturdy machines. Do I have everything I need to make 4 more sturdy machines? Yes. That should be 32. So we need to combine that with some sturdy sheets here. Just write that down there. And we'll grab everything else we need. For the controller, we need a precision mechanism, which I've got some extra just lying around over here. Gonna need 3 diamonds, which I've got 48 of them, so that's good enough for me. And I just need to wait for all of these to get done here. Oh, what's going on? Let's get the 4 sturdy casings I'm going to need here. I'm going to get some more bronze soon, which means I'm going to have to get the other 2 nodes set up for it. Okay, there's the 4 sturdy train casings I need for this. Just waiting for the last sturdy mechanisms to be finished. Just going to get some more redstone over here to finish this up as well, but hopefully I can get everything going here. So, we make 4 sturdy machines. Combine first one to get the refinery control, then 3 more to get the refinery output. Which gets me a little refinement. 2 to 4 refinery outputs. And there's a couple of things I want to do here as well. On top. So. The refinery is going to need a heat source. And to get that heat source, well, nice thing is we can actually use a blaze burner for it. Which makes things very, very simple in that regard. So grab a bit more paper. Oh, the rowing machine doesn't have the hopper on it anymore. Yeah, there's a lot I need to fix up here. There we go. And so I probably don't have enough piping to be able to do that. Do I have any extra just lying around in the exterior? Yes, I do have a little bit more. Cool. That should work out. We need to get everything up and running. Wrong spot. Because we're going to want a blaze burner being fed by lava, I'm going to want to set this up over here as well. So, that's where the lava comes out from here. So if we take this over to here or something, we get the... Oh, I didn't actually make it. Because I need to make everything else. Sleep for the night. And I also moved over my mechanical press over here to make it a bit easier, quicker running. There we go. So, iron sheets will quickly make up the blaze burner, combine the empty blaze burner with a runic tablet, which is the last one I've actually got made at the moment. Throw you there. We'll then get the straw, throw you on there, so that's good. And hopefully I have enough space here to be able to connect this up. And the blaze burner, yes, cool. So, refinery control on top. And then refinery outputs on top like so. And because if we don't, another thing is, if we don't have these sides surrounded with something here, insulating them, it's actually going to lose heat here. So, let's get this up and running. We're going to need another mechanical pump right here. So I'll take oil out from there, which I need to figure out how I'm going to get this translated over here. Oh, I think that's not too bad. I can do that as well. Because all I need to do Is this, can I turn it on now? Yes, I can. Let's make a few more of these. Okay, I'll just do it this way. 3. And connect this up like so. That will pump this up here. Perfect. So this will start making heavy oil, light oil, and refined oil. I'm going to want to place some tanks down here somewhere. So we've got... Let's put this foot back here for now. Just going to make some small ones. So this is where everything's going to go. Hence why I made up all of these fluid tanks here. Exactly enough to be able to make 5 3x3x3s fluid tanks. And I'm going to need a lot more fluid pipes as well. Great. Because I'm going to need to connect these all up to those over there. Which isn't going to be too bad. Just go make some more fluid pipes. Let's do this. So, what I'm going to do actually is, instead of having them come out this side here, what I will do is I'll have them all coming out the, well, front. So they'll all go there. Then we'll need mechanical pumps for all of them, bring them over and pump them into the appropriate tanks here. What do I actually need to have to be able to complete this? I need a crude oil bucket. Can I just grab one from here? No, it's not that simple. Can I grab it from here? Not that simple either. I'd have to spout it in to be able to... Actually, no. I've got an easy way to get a crude oil bucket. Right here. There we go. Black gold. Got the crude oil bucket. Perfect. Next up, I need to make sulfur dust, which I need to refine the light oil into it, which is done in a thermopneumatic processing plant, which would actually be doable. And we get light oil into refined fuel, which we can then probably feed into other things. We'd also need pressure, so we'd have to start getting some pressurization stuff going on. Can make fractionate. No, that's a... Yeah. Which I do have an idea for how I can get some pressure-related stuff going on here, but not really that useful at the moment. So, now let's get some more pipes. 2 stack should do the trick. And we need 3 more of these. Oh, I need more andesite alloy. Let's go grab some. I'm not chronically low on andesite alloy. Thank you. I'm going to need to fix this up because we are using up a bunch of stuff here, but this works out. Okay. 3 of those, combine them with some pump pipes to make the mechanical pumps. So take a look here, it's just say a problem. We need to apply more heat, but that's coming from that there. But it also means that there is a little bit more heat coming away from this refinery controller here. So if we just insulate that entirely, which would be good. So then we've got pump, pump, pump. This top one's not going in the correct direction, so like so. Trying to think, how can I change the direction? Because this is not going the way I kind of need it to. Worry about that later. Now let's get this first one done here. Put a copper casing on it. That means we can turn the corner without it fling up here. Oh, connecting up. Then we switch. Why? There we go. Which I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be enough for this anyway. We'll see. Plonk that down there because that's a corner as well, but this should work out quite nicely here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oof. That is a bit worrisome, the number here. Just make it consistent. So what if instead of having the mechanical pumps be here, we have them be over here? Because I want them all to be connected up like this, because that makes it a bit on the easier side to do this. Perfect. There we go. And it's long enough to get over there, so that's fine. I just need to get the rotation over here. Let's try something. I might have a way. So if we go 1, 2, we can then throw shaft up to here. Throw another cog right here. Cool. Put a shaft in there and make use of another mechanical belt to connect from here over to there. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see here. So we have all the fluids being pumped out, going over there. This is no problems at all. We've got plenty of heat because how'd that get up to like 600 odd degrees? Well, everything is perfectly insulated, so there's nothing stopping it, but could also just be from a build-up of other stuff as well. This works out. Yeah, it's skyrocketed for some reason. Oh. So there's going to be a couple things I'm going to need to use things for. The heavy oil, I'm going to need to turn into tar. Refine heavy oil into tar and refine fuel. Sulfur dust gets turned into sulfur dust and refine. Light oil gets turned into sulfur dust and refine fuel. And that's all being done inside a thermodynamic processing plant. Which means I'm going to also need to get some, well, pressure production up and running. Which I can probably think about that next time. For now, we've got our oil being hooked up and the first line of processing done here. Probably also need to dump refined oil or set up some way to have an overflow, which I'm not exactly sure how I'd go about doing an overflow yet. But that's the start of all this. Thermodynamic processing plant, inverse slurry into a thermodynamic processing. Yeah. There's a lot that needs to be done here. Water into yeast culture. Vegetable oil. Molten plastic from LPG. That's how I get plastic. Water, we can make into upgrade matrices. Diesel into kerosene. Molten plastic in a pressure tube to get reinforced pressure tube. Cool. Sap into syrup. Yeast culture and poison potato to get ethanol. Seeds to get vegetable oil. Potatoes to get just plain ethanol with yeast culture. Diamond drill bit you get from lubricant and a block of diamond. Expensive. Biodiesel with charcoal. Okay. Inverse slurry, you need it to cool it down in the thermodynamic processing plant to get invert ingots. Fun. Yeah. This light oil is the first step, because this is a complicated setup to be able to get radiant induction coils to be able to make the radiant mechanism, which I'm going to need eventually. Because you need to get the eternal resonator, so it's not too big of a deal. But for now, let's go and call it the end of the episode here. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.